Hello friends, welcome back to the channel again. Today again we have our friend Brian with us. He's going to today talk to you about how addiction works. Addiction means it could be anything. Drugs, alcohol, smoking, pornography. How it could be something that we are so much indulged in, like games, cell phone, television. He's going to talk about from the behavioral perspective. So let's listen to him.
Hi, I'm Brian and nice to see you guys again. Today I will talk to you about how addictions work from a behavioral standpoint. I know that the addiction concept has a lot of medical issues and a lot of biological issues that happens in your brain, but I will try to be as simple as I can be to explain to you from a behavioral standpoint how can you get addicted or trapped in the addiction vicious cycle that it has. So, from a behavioral standpoint, we have a lot of emotional states, and as you see in this chart, we have the three emotional magnets. Why I call them magnets, because there will be points where you always return. This will always be your points of return. So, or the main points of return. So we have depressive emotional magnet, the neutral emotional magnet, and the inner peaceful emotional magnet. So the point of all this is to explain why people get addicted to some things, or why people enter in a cycle of addiction. So for example, you are in work and you are having a bad time in your work, so you will be around the neutral and depressive state up to a point when everyone says, or you have heard, I'm at the lowest point of my life. This is a point where you lose all hope, you lose all peace, you are always stressed. So you record or you take or do something that will break that low point, and usually what people do is to get into an euphoric or a pleasure state. So I told you about my porn addiction. I was at this point, a low point in my life, where my marriage wasn't too good, my work wasn't too good, my family relationships wasn't too good, so I was at the lowest point. What happened? That by watching pornography, I entered in a pleasure state that broke all these emotional magnets and get me to the highest emotional state a human being could be. But what is the problem with this state and this state? That they are not sustainable. So you can be at the lowest point of your life, but you cannot be at that point every time. So you get into the emotional magnets of depression. Okay, that's why people suffer from depression, because this is the magnet that you can sustain through time. What is the other magnet? People that doesn't care about anything, that they are in life like nothing matters, they don't mess with anyone and nobody messes with them. They're the neutral magnet, so they will be very neutral people, as the concept of the emotional magnet says, but they will be jumping around these peaks, these emotional peaks constantly, because they're going to be very susceptible to that. So what I found, or what helped me to break porn addiction, to be jumping from my low point or my depression point up and down, searching for this, is inner peace. And what gives you inner peace? In the Bible, in Philippians chapter 4, verse 7, it says that the peace that withstand or surpass every understanding will protect your heart and your mind through Jesus Christ. So remember, I told you I acknowledge that had a creator and start a relationship with him. That was the point where I found that the emotional state or the emotional magnet that will help you live your life fully is inner peace. So what happened? It's not that these things are bad. you can have your pleasure, you can have euphoria, you can celebrate, you can enjoy, but you will not do things that you did when you were at your lowest point. What happened? If I watch porn and went from the low point to a pleasure point, but after this pleasure finished, I realized I hurt my wife, I hurt a person that I love. So I go down very drastically to the low point again, or to the depressive magnet again. So what happened? I only saw pornography as the only way to get out. When you find inner peace, you will do things that will keep you in this magnet. So you won't be doing things that will drive you to a depression or a low point. So, for example, getting drunk will be out of the question, because getting drunk will have you euphoric, but then the hangover, the headaches, feeling bad will get you to this point. So you will start or you will stop drinking and getting drunk, because that will break your inner peace emotional magnet. So you will have, for example, I change doing pornography to being in very romantic state with my wife. So I get the pleasure, and then I couldn't get lower of inner peace because I was with the person I loved. So you will start by understanding this and reflecting on this. You will start choosing wisely what you are going to do to get to an euphoric or a pleasure state, and you will avoid things that will get you to a low point or a depressive state. In any case you get into a neutral magnet, it will be more easy to choose the inner peace emotional magnet. So guys, I hope this short and brief or simple explanation of how addictions work from a behavioral standpoint help you. And if you need any other material or any other question, you can write it to the channel and we'll prepare a material to help you. So hope this helped you a lot, and see you again guys. Blessings. Bye.
Thanks, Brian, for your insights. I hope it was useful to all of you. The peace that passes all understanding is the most important thing to come out of any addiction. As we do more episodes in the channel, let's talk about how you can actually get that peace that passes all understanding, and where you can actually get it from. So stay tuned with the channel and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.